And this is to warn customers, be careful at the end of the day because you don't want to get ripped off. You don't want to get robbed. Grab something real quick. Sorry about that. Just getting some things ready. I gotta be out today. I got business to conduct. All right, so there is a YouTuber who has called himself Crow1176 for the longest time. He's changed his name over to now CROWS CINEMAX MIX LLC. His demonstrations are fake. We have the CINEMAX Mix itself is based off a scam product. It's a product that matches house paint. He tries to go in and do demonstrations to show that there's a difference between his products and other products at the end of the day. But no, his product is basically nothing more than house paint. So let's come over here and show you something here. Now, why is he so close to the screen? I can never understand why he does videos so close to the screen. So he's saying there's a difference between his product and what he has here than everyday grade paint. That's a lie. The CINEMAX is nothing more than a gray house paint. That's all it is. It's nothing special about it. In his video demonstrations, he clearly matches house paint at the end of the day. And you keep in mind, this is a fellow who's committed this scam against his own customers. Website is strictly designed to basically rip off customers when it comes to getting returns or anything else. He's just designed to just take from them. Now, he's trying to show you in this demonstration how his product, and this again is not a lot of light. This is definitely not a lot of light. That's not light at all. Your environment is still very, very dark. That's not a well-lit environment at all, period. That's very, very dark. That's an extremely dark environment right there. So he's trying to show you that his product produces a different image. You got to watch out for this guy. This guy is really, really dirty. That right there, no, buddy. That's not the same gray product. This is how black paint would react. If you were to paint black paint, it would do the same reaction. This isn't another gray screen. So if you're trying to tell me that your screen is doing this at the end of the day to another sheet of gray paint, no, that's virtually impossible. That defies the laws of physics altogether. There is no gray paint side by side that's going to do a demonstration against and come off this dark, and your product's going to produce an area that light. No, you got to stop doing these fake demonstrations, man. That's definitely fake. Look at the color of it. I test gray screen paints. I was doing this stuff before these guys ever existed on YouTube. There is no way in the world a surface of that magnitude is going to turn that dark if they're both gray. No, that's a fake demonstration. I can tell that from the door. You got to watch this guy because he's known for doing swap outs. So basically what we have here, he claims that the CINEMAX, this is the product he has here. So if that was the case, when he did the demonstration versus the Network Grade 773, he would have had the same reaction. The Network Grade 773 would have came up really, really dark. His product would have produced very, very bright if that was the case. Now, this is supposed to be his screen here, as you can see, always in a dark environment. This is what you got to watch out for. See how dark the environment is? Plenty of light can push off in the environment due to the fact he has it in a really dark corner. So that's what you have to worry about right there. Gray screen paint pretty much reacts the same way. It doesn't pick up good contrast. Colors are really washed out. As you can see, colors are very washed out. And again, it's not ambient light rejection technology at all, period. This is his product right here. Now again, Jamie, this is why you get caught up in lies so much. And this is probably a video that's probably going to go missing, so we better double copy of it quick. because we don't want that thing going missing. If your product, if you did a side-by-side to a gray screen, and you're claiming that your product came up super bright and the gray screen came up darker, then how come that didn't happen with the network gray 773? What happened there? Because if that was the case, it would have happened. No matter what projector you use, what environment, it had always been the same thing. Like when we do black on black demonstrations, this doesn't make a difference what screen we use, what projector we use, what environment, it all reacts the same way. It doesn't react one way here and differently there, then something doesn't make sense. So what you did in your demonstration, you did a swap out. You changed the surface. When you went to pull back to the screen, you came back over, you did a swap out, because that's virtually impossible. I've never seen any gray paint do that ever, and I've been developing gray paint forever. And again, you got to be careful. Like I said, these guys will rip you off. So let's go back here and let's look at this for a minute. All right, this is a washed out demonstration. This is the reason why he has the area well lit. See, it sits in this nice little pocket right here. Plenty of darkness. You can see where the backlights are picking up nicely. It's not having any problem washing it or fading. He's actually in a dark environment with an ultra short projector nested right against the screen at 100 inches. So he can basically keep the image sharp and bright. This is all fake. This demonstration here, definitely fake. That's a definitely fake in demonstration. So you're saying this is your product here, and you made this product here look like that off a gray screen. That's a lie. That is definitely a huge lie. Because if that was the case, and your gray screen paint did this to another gray screen, then we would have had the same reaction right here. Exact same thing. Same reaction would have happened here too also. It would have been the same results. This is a video that wouldn't have gone missing. It had been on YouTube, and you've been used to back your products. Except for you got rid of the video. This is what his product really reacts like to gray paint. It matches gray paint. And mind you, he did this on 2 different occasions. He did this here on the CINEMAX in this demonstration, and it matched perfectly with no problem whatsoever. And it did the same thing on the personal mix. See, when you do demonstrations claiming that you have our products, they look exactly like that surface sitting there in the middle of the screen. So that's how I know you swapped it out for something a little darker. Boy, you just, in any way possible, just ripped your customers off with no mercy. This is what the CINEMAX really is. It is basically nothing more than a house paint. It's fake. It's not even real. When he did this demonstration, he was brimming with confidence that he was going to be to beat the demonstration, and he was going to be to produce this image that was going to be to overpower the network gray and make us look like liars. But what happened was, it didn't. It actually matched his product. So you see the color of the CINEMAX here? It's the exact same color in the video that he just showed a few minutes ago. So how is it possible that in that video, the paint came up darker, but in this video, it matched? This is why I said you have to be careful of these scammers at the end of the day, because they will try to rip you off any means necessary. Now, if you have made claims that you made a completely different CINEMAX, do you know how many different forms of paints you have to test that against? You'll have to do the network gray 773 again. You'll have to do the demonstration against the micro but slip silver, because he was terrified of that product altogether. And there's about 20 different versions that you'll have to do at the end of the day, including fabrics, different calibers of projectors, distance, throw, inside, outside. We've done all of them, no problem. So this is what you have to worry about. Look at this. So this is the fellow in the video. who again does not bring this up because he doesn't want you to know about this video. Now, I'm not doing this for the sake because this guy's a jerk at the end of the day and he does really dumb stuff on a daily basis. I'm doing this to warn the consumer to be careful because this individual is a snake and he will rob you. If he feels at the end of the day that I'm wrong by saying this, then you could just do some demonstrations against any form of house paint. The slip silver we've been trying to get you to do for years, and do the demonstration yourself and prove. But your product is nothing more than just house paint. You're getting ripped off. Now consider the fact of all the customers who purchased this product before this video came out and they got ripped off. So how long has he been doing these demonstrations? Well, he's been ripping people off for a long time. Keep in mind, his video sat up here for 4 months, which means he did not even see, from his own point of view, he's supposed to be an expert, and he couldn't see that the product was matching. And it sat there for 4 months. We found out about it, we put it on blast, we put it out there in the open, and when it started picking up some steam, he didn't like it, and he realized that yes, his product was matching house paint and removed the video. Now you're going to try to go up there and bamboozle your customers to make them believe that your product picks up a level that high to actually turn, no, buddy, I'm sorry, gray paint? Are you kidding me? That's black paint you have over there that you're doing that demonstration on. It's not gray paint. My goodness. I couldn't figure out why the room is so dark, why he's sitting so close to the screen, everything and anything to cheat someone. This is how the CINEMAX reacts. This is how it works. So what he told you in the video was a complete lie. It's everyday house paint. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less than just house paint. There's your receipts. For as many people have tested gray screen paints, I have never, ever in my life seen a gray paint turn another gray screen paint or gray paint that dark. No. Because if that was the case, then it would have done the same thing right here. We'd have got the same reaction. Now I'm curious, what gray paint was this he used in his demonstration? Oh, I would love to know the name of that. Again, we'll find all that out. There's the blend, perfect blend in. Other demonstrations showing the product blended in with no problem. So what's the difference between this product here and the product he just showed off? Let's go back and show you something interesting. See right here, this particular area right here, I'm going to pause it right there. We're going to go back to the BEHR silver screen. And this is the BEHR silver screen demonstration. He did the exact same thing here, nothing different. His product matched BEHR silver screen. This one shows him walking out of a Home Depot holding the BEHR silver screen in his hand. And there he is, walking out the store with the BEHR silver screen in hand. How come your product didn't do what it just showed in your demonstration a few minutes ago, a day ago? How come it matched here also? Now, I've been developing gray screen paints for almost forever. And I have an extensive history and knowledge in gray screen paints. I've been here longer than these guys have been here. I have more test video demonstrations done. There is no gray paint on the face of the planet that is going to turn another gray screen that dark. That's a lie. Now our black technology can do that because, again, we got black screens. And our black screens can do that. Our black screens can blend into a gray screen. The only screen that we could turn that dark when it lays against us is actual black paint. So let me show you something here. Same demonstration here with the fruit. He's been doing that same scam on you guys. Here it is here. See, here we go. Pause it here. Same thing here. Exact same thing. He did it over in this demonstration with the P2, and I don't know what projector he had over in this side over here, but exact same thing. There's nothing different about his products. They all match house paint, every single one of them. This demonstration shows him hiding evidence, removing videos off his website. There is no form of testing under his products, none at all, period. Same demonstrations, dark environment, very little light coming into the environment, and using a high-end projector to try to fix problems. That's pretty much it. Now I'm going to start getting ready while that plays. That's a very interesting demonstration right there. So mind you, this is the same person who told his customers at the end of the day that they were going to get an amazing product, something's going to work well with their projectors, and ended up matching house paint on 2 different occasions. Now he comes up and he does another demonstration, which again, another fake demonstration by Mr. Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, showing that his products do nothing more than just match house paints. The demonstration just showed on a gray screen versus a gray screen, and his coming up brighter and I'm coming up darker. No, that's definitely a scam at the end of the day. That is not even possible. Anyone who develops gray screen paint at the end of the day, no, that's not possible. The only screen, let me tell you something. When you're doing a gray paints, if you got a gray paint that's able to pull a contrast that high over another gray screen, then that's an amazing product. But that's not possible. It's not. Screen would have to be darker, and have to be really dark. In order to do that, you would have to have a black screen to do that. Even not with a black screen, we could blend into gray screens. So that screen, in order to do that, oh, no, he's way off on that. That's virtually impossible. I'm even thinking about that. How would the color trade transform? Nah, that's something wrong there. Definitely something wrong there. I'm going to just show you some demonstrations today on where he's scamming y'all. Because that's not possible. We got different shades of paint here, and that's not even possible. No way in the world. A gray screen versus a gray screen, and it's going to pull up a level that high. It couldn't even do it if it was darker. It would have to be, it wouldn't even work either at all, period. It wouldn't even work. This is how screens are supposed to show up. This is our technology. That's our product. That's how our product works at the end of the day. Jamie, you messed up big time. You messed up really big time. I do a lot of tests, especially on gray screens. What you just did is virtually impossible. That's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you why, people, what's going through my head right now. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you where he faked this demonstration. All right. So let me show you something. You see this shade? He says, okay, at the bottom, he puts down CROWS CINEMAX MIX versus gray paint. Is there a difference? Let me tell you something where you're definitely lying to your customers here, and I'll tell you why. If you're saying these are two gray screens, and your product is pulling up a level this high over another gray screen, you wouldn't even get an image this dark. That'd be virtually impossible against another gray screen. That wouldn't even happen. If your screen was black, okay, and you were doing this against a black on black, that's the reaction you would get when it comes to a white level. This is black paint. I can tell this is black paint right here. So something, what you have here, let me see the whole demonstration. Look at this real quick. That's black paint. That is definitely black paint. And I'll tell you why. It's black paint. That's why the area is really dark in that one area. You do some real dirty stuff at the end of the day. The box that's holding up the stand is actually doing a much better job. But let me show you something's weird. Okay, let me show you something that's weird about this. Number one, this is virtually impossible. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to show you. That is a scam. What kind of scam? Everybody today doesn't it? Let's see what we need to perform that work. I'll take some time out for a minute. I got to debunk this one. I'm going to use long throws in this because we don't use the short throws. Stuff on camera. Let me tell you something. Two things happen. If that's a gray surface, certified screens can't be used on ultra short throws because what happens if you're using a certified screen on ultra short throw, they go completely dark against a gray screen because they can't read or can't pick up at all, period. This reacts on ultra short throws. That surface is not painted. I'm gonna tell you, I got a couple of theories for you here. Let me grab this for a minute. I don't need this. I can't stand people who freaking lie. there, no, that's impossible. A gray screen will never ever come up that dark versus another gray screen. That's not going to happen, ever. And I've tested different versions of gray screens, so that's never going to happen. If you have a black screen, if you take a gray screen, you put it against a black screen, it's not going to turn it dark like that. It's going to basically turn the screen the opposite. It's going to make the screen wash out. So color's not going to pick up, contrast's not going to pick up, white levels will pick up better. If you take black paint and your screen paint's tested where it can overpower a black screen, it's going to make it darker, which means the white levels come up dark, exactly what it just showed. But this screen's not black, so it wouldn't have that reaction. So that right there, something he pulled a scam. I've done enough tests on black versus black. I know how black paint reacts. So if you have a screen that has an extremely good high white level for a black screen, and you stick black paint against that, that black paint is going to come up black because it can't receive and understand white light. So it's going to come up black. If you take a gray screen and you stick that against a black screen, it's going to blend in to a certain degree. But when you show colors, solid colors, you will see what the colors are going to be thrown off. The reason why, because there's no black in the gray. That's why. What he just did is not possible. So he did something to scam this area. That's what he did, because that's not possible. There is no gray screen versus another gray screen, and I have tested so many different forms of gray paints back in my time, that I've never seen a gray screen, not on ADS forums, Projectors Central, anybody, not even Goo Screen themselves, have ever developed a screen that could produce a higher black level at that level, turn a screen that dark, at both being the same complexion of gray. Now, what I have seen with gray screens is if you take a certified surface, it's a special surface, reflective surface, if you put it on an ultra short throw and you stick it against a gray screen, this surface automatically becomes dark. And the reason why is because ultra short throw is a reflective surface, doesn't pick up on ultra short throw projectors. They have to have a special screen for that. If you buy any pamphlet with Diamond or any one of these companies, it will sit there and say, hey, you can't use this with an ultra short throw, you have to have a special screen for that because they turn dark. So yeah, if that's the case and someone had figured that out, how to make a gray screen, everyday gray screen, do this at the end of the day, what he just showed in the video demonstration, he'd be pushing these demonstrations all over YouTube. Yeah. That's why it's fake. It's a fake demonstration. Now, two projectors that have problems being plagued by certified screens is short throw and ultra short throws. That reflective surface plagues on them. But when you're dealing with a really black screen and you put a gray screen against it, the reaction from that is the screen basically is going to wash out and fade because there's no contrast, and anything with black paint, if the screen's generating a much higher white level where the black level can, it's going to come up looking dark. Now keep in mind, when you do these scams like this is going to get called out, which means a company is going to request to see this. And if he can't pull that off, then again, he's going to be outed as a fake. Just like when he went back and told a whole bunch of people that the CINEMAX and Personal Mix were amazing screen paints, and to find out they were just regular house paints. Just figured out another way to paint the wagon a different color, that's all. This is the kind of stuff you got to watch out for. You know this person is known for doing these kind of shenanigans. This is the kind of stuff you got to watch out for. Let me see if we can locate a fire stick. I do got one here. Oh, here, it's right in the back of my projector. Yeah, that's not possible. Not possible at all, period. Keep in mind, we had developed, when I had to develop screen paints and I was with a company, we had to develop everything and anything you could possibly think of under the sun. D4K, D5K, D6K with gunmetal technology. Developed so many different forms of gray product. We even had a gray screen paint that was blue. We had one that glowed, actually we had a gray screen paint that glowed in the dark. Look it up. Developed everything. So we had to do side-by-sides because they wanted to see comparisons, make sure we weren't making the same thing over and over again and selling to them, so we had to do side-by-side comparisons. So I know that for a fact. All right, let me go over here and get on menu. Let's go over. Got my projector set for upside down for a minute. All right. Track down fire stick right here next to me. Thank you. Go over to my menu, direction people, here, and let's go over to, we're at 4.3, that's the same as 4.3. YouTube.
Okay, here's YouTube.
White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
against John Black technology, you know, basically, your stuff generate, your entire screen generates 200 wavelength. Now, the theory we have here, and the problem we have here, is that if you're showing that your screen generates a white level high enough to turn a gray screen that dark, that means your contrast levels would be extremely poor. Because again, you can't pick up color, you can't pick contrast. The higher the white level a gray screen can pick up, and it's not the white levels that the gray screen has to worry about, it's the contrast. You got it backwards. See, gray screens have to show contrast levels, black screens have to be to pull up high white levels. Because we all know a black screen is going to pull up a contrast level regardless because it's black. But a gray screen has to have the ability to be able to pull a high enough contrast level. The problem we have here is, let me see if you showed any contrast demonstrations. This is given the reaction of black paint. This is how black paint reacts. But it reacts this way if you're putting it against a black screen. It doesn't react this way if you're going against a gray screen. This is where we're going to have to prove your theory incorrect. I'll make a contact call. Somebody will be placing the order for your product to get it down here so we can do the test. You'll be going against 12 different gray paints, including goose green. If your product does exactly as you claim it does, then all those gray screens that we place against it should have the exact same reaction we're seeing here in the video. Don't we all agree with this? Because keep in mind, I'm not the only person who's going to test this theory. There are so many people going to test this theory, it's not even funny. So if he's making claim that his product can turn a screen this dark in the same gray, right? From the product he just showed that matched the network gray 773 or one of the other darker paints. What's it? The network gray 773, or sorry, and I can't think of the name of the other one. A BEHR silver screen. Yeah. So if you did that, you should be able to, any gray paint we put against this, you should have the same reaction. So we're going to order this product, get it down here. I'm not ordering it because if I order it, the order's going to get canceled or he'll do something weird to it because he can't back his products. We'll get a total stranger, a good friend of mine who doesn't know who he is. He'll place the order and we'll get it down here and we'll do the demonstration. So you won't know who's ordering it or when it's coming through. So that way we can get it down here and you can't touch it or tamper with it. And we're going to run this test ourselves. Because that right there, not possible. Black paint possible, but not freaking out. Not all black paint. Everyday black paint that can't read white light would have that issue. But not, another gray screen can't do that. Get something to stick there first. So this is what I mean by the theory is bogus. Let's go over to the paint we have up here is Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. I need this exact demonstration at that exact period of time. Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh, we're definitely going to test this. We're going to get it down here, do an unboxing. I'm going to go to Home Depot ahead of time. I'm going to pick up 5 different grade paints. And let's see if it does it to those 5 grade paints when we get it down here. We're definitely going to test that out. Definitely going to test that out. Now, if it does it, and we get it down here, hey, I'll promote you. I don't know how far that's going to go because you do got some charges coming up, but other than that, I will promote you. Other than that, no, it's not possible. Sorry. I've tested too much stuff. And I'm pretty sure everybody right now, if they buy that product, they're going to find out. Now, Jamie, if this stuff turns out and it doesn't work at the end of the day, you know what's going to happen, right? I know where you live at, so I'm going to be filing some fraud charges against you. that product gets here and doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I'm going to file a fraud charge on you. Let's see which one we have here. Better do exactly as you said in that video. If not, I know where you live at. I'm going to have another process server knocking at your door for committing fraud on YouTube. I need a pair of scissors for the things way too heavy, bro. But you notice why the environment was really dark right around that screen, because he's hiding the complexion color of the other surface. You're gonna be really shocked when you see this. I do a lot of research, Jamie, a lot of research. One of the things that we had to do when we were developing the 4K, 5K, and 6K, that technology was a little darker. We had to test that against the lighter products that we're making to see what the reaction was going to be. Every time we made it a little bit darker, it got darker on the screen. Now, your product is a little bit lighter. And I realized when I looked at your demonstration, you were very close on top of the screen, including there wasn't a lot of light in the environment to begin with, as you tried to point out to the windows, but none of that was making really contact to the screen. Your product is a darker gray than your product, and that's why it's pulling up such a darker image. If it was a lighter black complexion, you would be coming up like that. I'm going to order your product. I'm going to get it down here. I'm not going to tell you when or who's going to place the order, and we're going to put you against 5 gray screen paints. Network Gray 773. What's the other one called? We want the Slip Silver. There's another one called PPG, and there's a couple other ones I want to get. And let's see if you do the exact same thing. Now, just to make sure that you don't basically, that video doesn't go missing, I'm going to make a copy of it. Always doing something fake. Yeah, that's why the screen was so close up. Now, another way you could do it is basically if he had that material, which he doesn't have, for certified screens. They don't advise you to use that because they go dark. Diamonds do that, and a couple other ones do that. You have to have a ultra short throw for those. They don't work with long throw. But he has a darker paint up there, that's all he has. Do you have any idea that the bragging rights that he would have right now, he would be on ABS funds, he'd be every place with that. That's like if you figured out a way how to turn charcoal into solid gold. Do you think you're gonna have that on one site talking about it? You'll have that every place, so people can know what you have done. Just like we do with our technology, we throw it everywhere. So if he figured out a way how to make a gray screen generate a white level that high, which is not good, I told you, because again, the color gets thrown off. You throw your color off because your white levels are too high. Let's say he did figure this out. This would be on ABS forums, it'd be on Projector Central, it would be everywhere. And guess what's going to happen next? People will be buying it to test it to see if this actually works, because this is freaking unheard of. Anywhere it's unheard of. So we're going to find out ourselves. We're going to order a case of a can of that CINEMAX. And just so you don't go in and try to hike the price up and try to discourage us from buying it, we'll have somebody else buy it. You won't know when, you won't know who, but they're going to buy it. And we're going to get it down here and we're going to do those tests. That's why you got to be careful, people, at the end of the day, with these individuals that will try to rip you off. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See what I mean? Your white levels, if they're extremely high, what's going to happen is your color washes out. And if you sit right on top of the screen, the color improves. Did you know that? That's why he sits so close to the screen, because color actually improves on the camera. Watch as I pull it back. Watch how I bring it in. You didn't know that, did you? That's one of the oldest tricks in the book of what they do. That's why I sit there and make the comment, why are they standing so close to the screen? That's why. We know all that stuff. We've been in business for a long time. We know all that stuff. You guys are getting bamboozled and robbed again. Basic common sense, no. A gray screen, not even next to another gray screen, can't do that. It doesn't have the capability at all, period. And then the big problem you're going to have right there is your color is definitely going to be washing out. You're going to have an issue with that. That's definitely a lie. That's why you gotta be careful, people. I warned you at the end of the day that these people will rob you. So we'll get it down here. We'll pop the top, do an unboxing, and we'll basically put it against several grade paints. And let's see if we can get that same reaction. I need to make a copy of this video. We don't want it going missing. So I'm going to come back in. We're going to dub that video while I'm getting ready, because I gotta leave out. And so we can have a copy of it. This is what customers got. This is what the CINEMAX really is. Did the same thing, same product. Personal mix happened over here. CINEMAX did it right over here. That stuff is no different. It's just basic house paint, and that's what you got. Nice pen right there. We got this. And that's what you got. You got house paint. And he tried to bamboozle you and scam you again. Gee whiz, that guy's got some problems. Yeah, Jamie, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. I've never seen anybody, and I mean, I've seen a lot of people make great paints, and I've never ever seen anyone show a massive difference on showing a screen, another gray screen versus another gray screen, showing a contrast level, a white level that high. Never, ever. And here's the thing too, where you messed up. You don't want an extremely high white level, because that means if you have an extremely high white level, you are now reacting as a white screen. And white screens have a problem with picking up color and contrast, and they're not ambient light rejection technology. That's why it was sitting in the dark. Showing those windows open, there's no light coming in your environment. Your environment is still dark. Hold on for a minute, people. Gotta show you this environment real quick. You know, environment's a little dark so you can see the lights coming from the side. Anytime you see lights and you're able to activate from the side, environment's like. Now, that's no light at all, Jamie. How come you need to open this up? Why do you have a continuous bookcase here? And look at, I'm not going to say anything about this at all, period. aerosol cans sitting right by. Gee whiz. My goodness. But anyway. Sorry people, that kind of, it bothers me a little bit. Okay, let me get this back together. Jeez, my God, this is such a junky place. I swear it's so junky in there. All right. Why come you don't have these open? Because clearly you can see that light is pushing through here. How come you didn't open these up at all, period? So how come these are not open? Just light pushing through here. You could have had light hitting the screen. No. See how it's dark here? See how when it gets here, it gets darker and darker and darker? There's no light coming from there. You're in your fake ambient light environments. Gee whiz, look at this. This is another reason to tell. See those lights splash you behind the back of the screen? If there was real light in this environment, these wouldn't even be showing. You wouldn't be able to see this at all, period. The fact that you can still see those lights like that, that environment is dark for those lights to be illuminate like that. There's no light hitting the screen at all, period. But this product does this at the, oh my goodness. I just figured it out. We're gonna do it here when it gets here. We just figured out how he did the smoke and illusion, how he did it. I'm gonna make us something special. We're gonna duplicate this. We know exactly how it's done. Gee whiz, you're dirty. Oh my goodness, you are a dirty, dirty individual. My goodness, James, you have no freaking shame in your game at all whatsoever. That is pathetic. And that little bit of light pushing through your window, look at this. The blinds are blocked here. See how they come all the way down? All the way down. So he chose certain areas of how much light was going to come through. The blinds are hitting here, all the way down here. And these, you have light pushing here and here. He didn't open any of those. He left this little square pocket of light to expect to push light through. And he says, look, I got light hitting here, but all this is dark. And in your screen itself, there's lights illuminating behind the back of it, showing that there's really no light in that environment. If not, that would have washed out. But your theory that your product was able to produce a white level that high over another gray screen is completely bogus. Definitely bogus. I'm going to test your theory because I'm going to bring that product down here against several forms of gray paint, and we're going to do that demonstration. Heck, I'll even do it on site. And if your product does this, then hey, hats off to you. But it doesn't. It doesn't at all, period. But we'll test it and we'll show you exactly. And keep in mind, Jamie, when you open up this Pandora box for yourself like this, not only are you going to have people like me coming after that product, but other people are going to come after it too because they're going to test that theory. And if I pay $60 for this product and I find out it doesn't do exactly what it's supposed to do, I'm gonna sue you for it. For $60, yeah, I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna take you to court for it because you committed fraud. And then I'm gonna go seek out other people who bought that same product and a joint lawsuit on you. Gee whiz, you gotta stop doing dirty stuff at the end of the day. You really do. I'm curious what the contrast levels would be. Now, if his levels point up this high, the contrast levels would benefit on this surface right here altogether because this would pull the highest contrast level because it would be darker. Yeah, we're going to test this. We're definitely going to test this. All right, test demonstrations coming soon. We're going to see if this theory actually works. Was he able to make the CINEMAX have the ability to pull a high enough white level to turn another gray screen that dark? I got to come in and I got to record a duplicate copy of the video just in case it goes missing, because you know what happens to his videos. They do go bye-bye. I was going to shoot this video over to AVS forums and all the other different sites and see how their point of view is on that because they're going to buy it too also. So you are going to make a little money off of this little nonsense you did. But if it fails, it's going to come at a very horrible price. Let's see, does he have any other ones on this thing? On this other paint, or is it just this one? This was a day ago. Oh yeah, this is where I'm going to the police station for. Criminal charges. I doubt you're going to get a chance to see the light of day for that one, because there is charges being filed against Jamie for posting the address and claiming that my company is an LLC here. I don't have any records of anything running here at all, period, not a thing. And the fact that you made those accusations that are not true, he got criminal charges pressed against him. Which means I got to meet the detective on top of that. Matter of fact, I'm going to take pictures of this also too. This is connected to your channel, right, with your LLC attached to it? That's good. I'm going to take pictures of that. That's fantastic. Oh, I forgot to add one too, Jamie. The property management of this building is also filing criminal charges against you. So you know that. He did some dumb stuff. Is there any other videos on this? Just this one? That's it? So this is a day ago? There's nothing else? Well, that tells you right there it's fake. If you're able to pull that off, there's going to be tons of videos on it. Like, you know, the demonstration we did on, we got a screen that can match a TV. How many videos we do on that thing over and over and over again? Yeah, because we actually have that technology. Where is it? This is only one demonstration. That's it. All right, people. I got a double copy. I got to get pictures of this because I'm going to send this down to the detective's office. I'm visiting with them today. So I'm going to basically take pictures of this and send this over to them. Hope you enjoyed the demonstration. We're going to double copy of that video and then get his product down here and see if it does exactly what he claims it does. He says he basically can turn another gray screen almost to like a black screen. Dark, dirty, can't see it. Let's see if his theory is real. All right, gotta go, and God bless.